Hey everyone, Ron here at AbleSys. Welcome to the webinar. Be glad to go over the different charts, and we'll take a look at the AbleTrend signals from today and from recently over the last few months, because we're going to look at some daily, weekly charts also, which cover the last few months, which is the one that I have up here right now. It's always the same colors and dots and the same rules, so the software works exactly the same. It's just as accurate for stocks or for futures, Forex, or day trading, or swing or position trading for long term. It doesn't matter because it's all based on mathematics. So it just counts on what the prices are. As long as there's price movement up or down, the software is going to accurately analyze it and tell us which way the percentages say, or the odds say, the market should go. We have a lot of what's called no trade zones, and that's what makes it so special, is that often we just don't do anything at all. Well, the software, when you have the combination of both blue and red dots at the same time, meaning there's both support and resistance on 2 time frames, because we use a guidance chart, when you have the combination of red and blue dots at the same time, it just simply means stay away. It's too risky. We're only about low-risk trades. Now, we'll definitely be losing trades. I can guarantee you that. But with our stop losses in place, nobody ever gets hurt because the losses are minimal. But there will be some, so I like to make that very clear because I wouldn't want to mislead anybody. However, really good day today on the E-minis, which is everybody's probably favorite markets to day trade, and that was really, and we'll show some of those charts too. Especially the mini NASDAQ, which I've been saying for like almost a year now. It's been by far the most profitable one because it's had the most volatility. However, let's just start off here with a daily, weekly stock chart, because just as many people like to trade longer term stocks because you just can't sit in front of the computer during the day and they're at work or busy. So, but it still doesn't matter. If I told you this was a short-term 3-minute E-mini chart or a crude oil chart or anything else, I mean, it would still be the same colors and dots, same rules. Just want you to see what to look for when you have the AbleTrend chart up, because regardless of what market or what time frames you're looking for, this is what you want to see. This is where the buys and sells are. So you can clearly see right here. I mean, you got triple confirmation. You've got a blue bar. You've got a blue daily dot. Now the blue dots block or stop the prices from going any further lower. They're the hidden or invisible support in the market that our software's algorithm can see. This is what gives us this advantage, and this is why you'll see hundreds of times where the prices come right down and they just stop right at the blue dot. It's like, wow, how did AbleTrend know that the price is going to stop? Because we started that row of dots 6 minutes before that even happened. So it's really valuable information to know that you're safe. You're in an uptrend. As long as you have blue dots below, these small blue dots, it means stay long. You're in an uptrend. And you have protection in case it goes lower. That's the perfect combination. We want protection in case it goes lower, and we want to know which direction it's going. And so you get something like this over here. Now, that's definitely something you want to be getting in right away because you're getting in at the beginning of the trend. Another important thing is to try, at least, and get in at the beginning of the trend when the signal first comes in. Not 2 hours later or 2 months later, because obviously, these trends get tired after a while, and you want to try and get in near the beginning. Now, if you missed the beginning here the first day, well, you had another chance the second day or the fourth or the fifth. Well, the prices really didn't go up too much. They basically went a little sideways here. You had triple confirmation, and that means a blue bar, a blue daily dot, and a blue weekly dot. Everything was in alignment. It was perfect. And most importantly, there was no red dot above the price, because if there's a red dot above the price, like you have over here, that means there's resistance above. That means don't take the trade because now there's a roadblock there. So it's real simple. When everything is blue, you're buying it. When everything is red, you're selling it short. I mean, anybody could figure that out. This is what we call a classic no trade zone. Just don't do anything. Move on to something else. There's 10,000 stocks or plenty of markets out there to trade. We would say don't do it. It's going to be very choppy or sideways. It's too risky. Why? How do we know that? Because there's blue and red dots at the same time. Blue means there's support below. Red means there's resistance above, and the price generally gets stuck in the middle. If it can't go lower, if there's a roadblock there lower, well, and there's a roadblock there higher, well, we just don't do anything. Move on to something else. By the way, we were stopped out on the trade right here because we always put the stop losses on the previous or the second row of blue dots under the price. Never the first row. That would prices constantly, as I just mentioned, prices constantly, retrace to those blue dots. But if it goes under the blue dot, ooh, we don't like it. Like right here, I'll zoom in closer. Goes under the blue dot. There's where the stop loss goes. We hit a home run on that trade there. That was terrific, getting in at about 20 and getting out over here at about 27 1 month later. So especially if you do options, you hit a home run there. Now, I want to show you a losing trade because we don't play favorites here. We tell it like it is both ways. This is all about real-time trading, not any fake stuff. Too many clients we have, literally thousands, who use it every second of the day and trade millions of dollars. So this is not simulated trading or any kind of exaggerating anything. I want to be, as everybody knows by now, real straight up and honest about it, because that's how I would want to be treated. Buy signal here, everything is blue, perfectly lined up. Oops, stopped out over here. We only lost 1 point. In fact, it was actually 80 cents, but it was a losing trade. That's the nice part about this guidance chart, which is the 2 time frames combined together into one chart. They'll definitely be losing trades. But if you've got your stop losses in place, as I just discussed, you're talking about very small losses. And that's okay, because we know that that's part of the process, part of the game. If somebody thinks there's not going to be any losses or can't handle losses, well, maybe just the trading business isn't for you. And that's okay, too. It's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Now, when the first red bar and red dots come in, like over here, well, that's a no trade zone because we still have the blue dots. They only come in every 5 days. This is a daily, weekly chart. So you're not going to get them under every bar. These are daily bars and weekly dots. Obviously, there's 5 trading days in a week. However, you can certainly go short or buy puts right here. Everything is lined up just like we like. Red bars and red daily dot and red weekly dot. By the way, we don't need to have the weekly dot there, but it's just nice when we do. You can still trade it off of double confirmation, which would be a red bar and a red dot, as long as there's no blue dot underneath. Well, obviously, there's nothing to block it from going lower. Now it has a nice clear path to go down. So about a week and a half ago, if you were watching this particular stock, ARNC, you would have seen that, hey, this looks like a great place to go short or buy some puts. Again, this could be a 3-minute, 9-minute S&P mini chart. It'd still be the same place where we would go short. Doesn't matter what chart we're looking at or what time frame. It's always the same rules, same colors and dots. So I just want you to recognize what to look for when you're looking at your chart. Hey, what's a buy, what's a sell, and what's a no trade zone? So that makes sense. So we're going to short it or buy puts here at about 26.5. We're at 21.84 today. That's 20% in a week and a half. That's a lot of money real quick, and that's just if you were trading short. Of course, if you're doing options, and that's accelerated by as much as 10 times the amount. It could be a couple of 100%. That just depends on what options you choose. However, really nice trade right here. You're looking at some serious money very quickly using the AbleTrend indicator. So see what you think. Let's move on to something else. This is more for day trading, which everybody certainly likes. Mini NASDAQ. And just as well the mini NASDAQ, it could be the NASDAQ index. Like, for example, over at the Options Moneymaker Trading Room, they trade options using, of course, AbleTrend indicator on the NDX and on the SPX, and very successful. They do a great job there too. So just wanted to throw that in there because they're good friends and good people, and they're very successful using AbleTrend's indicator on SPX and NDX. But you can see over here, if you're trading the NQ here today, classic no trade zone right at the beginning of the day. I mean, you couldn't get a more obvious no trade zone. Again, AbleTrend kept us out of this mess. I mean, if you didn't know that these dots, the red dots were above, meaning resistance, and the blue dots below, you'd have gotten killed in here. I don't care what indicator you're using. More than likely, you didn't have a very good, first hour and a half of trading right here. Because, I mean, you can see it went down, and then it shot up. I mean, we're talking serious amounts of points. I mean, down 10 points, up 15 points, down 15, then up and down here, then up 15. I mean, this is just a mess. There's just no way going through that live, you come out of that thing alive. However, losing trade right here. Got to point that out because there are going to be some small losing trades for sure. Okay, we lost about 5 or 6 points on this trade too because we'd be getting in on a perfectly triple confirmation trade right here. Especially I like when the bars go from green back to blue again because now it means neutral or sideways, and then it means an uptrend is about to start again. However, this trade didn't, this trade was incorrect. And of course, we're out at the second lower blue dot or the first big red dot. It's going to be the same thing in this case. True reason to get out. We're going to lose about 5 or 6 points on that trade. So that's okay. No harm done. It's $20 a point. Nobody's going to get beat up and killed. But we hit the home run of the week right here. Any one of these red bars are fine. You've got triple confirmation. And again, love when it goes from green to red, like right there, green to red. But this is a perfectly valid trade on this small little red bar here. Not the first 3 bars. You say, well, why not? Because these blue dots come in every 3 bars. So just be cautious and don't take a trade for the next 3 bars because there's a really good chance that a blue dot could come in again. For the last hour or so, every 3 bars got a blue dot. 3 bars later, blue dot. So what it's telling you is that the higher time frame, in this case the 9-minute chart, is printing support there. There's hidden support there every 9 minutes. So just play it safe. Again, we're only about low risk. We don't want to be gambling. That's for the casino. So what you can see here is you just want to wait 3 bars, and I always wait a 4th one just to be sure a blue dot doesn't come in. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right there. There's your trigger. Triple confirmation. Most importantly, there's no blue dot below, and the bar is red. Red means down. Now, you didn't get in on that one. You had a second chance. You had 2 chances to get in here because 3, 6, 9 minutes later, you had another red bar, triple confirmation above. I mean, no blue dots below for sure by now. And, that's a valid, strong sell signal. As it turns out, it worked out really well because we wound up picking up 40 points on that trade. I know it's hard to believe, but we'd be shorting it here at 47.45, and we would be stopped out right here. Previous higher red dot would be right over here at, that's 35 points, 57.10, sorry. So it's 35 points profit. Now, kind of hard to stay in it the whole time there because, I mean, it was just, extremely erratic. Shoots down, then it goes sideways, then it shoots down, then it goes sideways, then it goes down. Now it shoots up, now it goes sideways. Now it really shoots down like 40 points it went down in like 10 minutes. Then it shoots up 20 points. I mean, it was all over the place. I mean, that would drive you a little crazy. However, we always say take profit when the prices hit the bands, especially if you trade multiple contracts like so many of our clients do. So those are great places to take profit on the way down. Well, if you just want to say, hey, you know what? I'm out. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with taking your profit and run. Yes, it turns out it went a lot further, but you didn't know that at the time. If you got in here and got out there 20 points later, hey, that's $100 per contract. Nothing wrong with taking your money and run. However, you had yourself a perfect sweet spot to re-enter. Again, just like I talk about, green bars means it's usually pulling back. Now you can get in at a better price. And you got triple confirmation right there. That's what we call a sweet spot. A sweet spot is when the price is up close to the small red dot. You've got triple confirmation. The bars went from green to red. You just can't get lower risk. I mean, there's no certain, sure things, and there's no guarantees. That's for sure. But I mean, that's a really low risk trade with a high profit potential. As it turns out, you hit another home run right there if you did. Or if you just missed the beginning of the day, you hit another home run right there for sure. Yes, Skip, we've increased the Bollinger Bands, just a slight little adjustment. We don't make too many adjustments along the way, but especially at the open, we've increased the bands to 3.5 from 3. Because most importantly, at the open, the market gets a big volume rush. And, if you even went down to a real short-term chart, like a 1 minute, 3 minute, you could take advantage of that, if that's your style of trading. I would only do that at the open. I wouldn't do it at the rest of the day, because a 1 minute, 3 minute chart is going to be, give you a lot of trades, and it's very sensitive to any slight little up or down movement. But just doing a little bit of homework here. If you just were inclined to maybe trade, maybe just had time or something to trade at the beginning of the day, 1 minute, 3 minute chart would work really well. And the Options Moneymaker group has a nice little service where that's what they do, is they trade the beginning of the day using, of course, the AbleTrend indicator. So that worked real well. Yes, I'm on Eastern time, Lance. I'm a little outside of New York, so I'm on Eastern time. The main office, AbleTrend office, is in Hayward, California, on the West Coast, and we're linked together, so that works out really well that way. Yes, this is 27. The way you read this, for anybody new, because this is the beginner webinar, I do the advanced webinar at this exact time on Thursday. So 27 means it's the 27th day of the month. Today's the 27th, and then right after that is the time. Like, for example, right here would be 27. I guess that doesn't work. This would be 27, 10:33 in the morning Eastern time, which would be 7:33 Pacific. Okay, so you can see here, I mean, it was just a fantastic day here trading the NQ as well as the ES. The chart basically, looks the same. Perfect no trade zone here. This is where you really get your money's worth with AbleTrend. You got a buy signal here, just as you would if you put up a MACD or a stochastic or a moving average. I mean, they would all set to buy at that point, as it turns out. However, AbleTrend's guidance just says, no, don't do it. There's resistance above. Very clearly, there's a roadblock there. And I'm not getting in a car, drive down a street if I know there's a hidden roadblock in the middle of the road. Not going to get very far. So we're not going to take this trade, and it's a good thing we didn't, because it turned out to be a false signal and turned around and went the other way. So, that's comparing AbleTrend to a MACD and moving averages and everything else. It will be a very obvious, very quickly, how much of an advantage you'll have with the guidance chart. Again, another winning trade right here, going into the last 45 minutes of trading, which ends at 1600 Eastern time, and we picked up another 20 points going into the close. So it was one of those days you just kind of dream about. After losing 5, and I'm even going to bump that to 10 points, because I always like to exaggerate on the losing side, not on the winning side like everybody else exaggerates and tells you how great everything is, and turns out it never winds up being that way. I'm going to make this even a bigger loss than it was. So after starting out minus 10 points, we then picked up 35 points on the sweet spot, perfect sweet spot trade right there, where we exited right here. That was plus 35. So now we're plus 25 because we lost 10 points on the first trade right here. Then we had the no trade zone, and then we had another trade right here where we picked up another 25, and I'll just bump that down to 20 because there's just no way you can nail these perfect. Don't beat yourself up. Nobody in the world could get these perfect. You're not going to nail the very top and the very bottom, and it's just not going to happen. So, I always just take a little bit off the actual game because, that's more real life. Again, it's all about real life trading, not demo trading or any, imaginary stuff. So, worked out to be obviously a really good day, 45 plus points today, trading the NQ, just, using our normal same method we've been using for years, and the, very, very simple AbleTrend signals. You're welcome, Lance. Kyle, which charts do we do AbleTrend 3? Only on the weekly. When you're doing daily, weekly, then you use AbleTrend 3 instead of AbleTrend 2. Only on the weekly. Never, ever on anything else. Well, actually on the week, if you did weekly, monthly, real long term, you could use AbleTrend 3 on the monthly. AbleTrend 3 only goes on the weekly and monthly charts. I'll say that. Never anything else. Kyle says, "You the man." Thanks, Ron. You're welcome, Kyle. Always glad to help. Always glad. Anytime, sir. Alan says, "I urge everybody to try the 30-day trial, paper trade, become familiar with the software after the trial ends. You just want to go back to using regular charts. I have always found that There are a few futures brokers that have not even heard of AbleTrend, which I find interesting, but now they do. Thanks, Alan. You're very nice to say that. Okay, so good stuff here. Same chart, same rules, same colors. I know we go over it all the time, but it's always nice to, hear it again and again, and just trust in the guidance chart. That's the hard part, trusting in the charts and the dots. Really, the dots are the key to everything. Even more so than the colors of the price bars, it's the dots, because that gives you the direction and it tells you where the roadblocks are, where you have protection, like right here. Look at all these. Look at every time the price hit the blue dots here, how it stopped. I mean, that's almost like, that's pretty scary how accurate that is. This is a British pound chart. I like a 5-minute 15 on this. We like a 3-minute 9-minute on the E-minis and on day trading stocks and indices. You can use anything you like. I say just start with that and tweak it to whatever you like. If you're really into short-term trading, and I'm talking minutes, you could use a 1-minute, 3-minute, but I just don't like to recommend that because it's very, very sensitive. If you're just looking to hit and run for kind of like a quick trade in and out, that'd be okay. And you can use anything you like. You use 10-minute, 30-minute. I like a 120-minute and a daily for swing trading stocks and indices, not for futures or Forex, because that's a 24-hour chart. Daily, weekly works excellent for anything, and on the weekly charts you use AbleTrend 3, not AbleTrend 2. Everything else is AbleTrend TS for the lower time frame and AbleTrend 2 for the higher time frame. That's it. Keep it simple. Less is more in trading. Too many colors and dots and lines and indicators and systems that you'll get killed more than likely, because it's just too hard to follow everything. It doesn't make sense, and most things, more money is better, but in trading, less is better. More indicators, you get less profit. Less indicators, you get more profit. So just keep it simple. All you need is AbleTrend. You can use anything you like. We don't tell anybody what to do. We don't tell anybody how to trade or where to trade. We just tell you how to use AbleTrend to help you in your trading. Just give yourself an edge. Okay, you've got a perfect buy signal right at the beginning. Close to the blue dots, triple confirmation, no more higher time frame dots above. If you're trading the British pound here today, it was a home run, up and away all day long. And look how every time it hit the blue dot, it would stop. It's like, wow, there really was hidden support there. And we started those dots like an hour before that even happened. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. Yeah, we all want a perfect system, but being realistic, boy, it's hard to beat that. That's really helpful. Here's your sweet spot, green to blue. Here's another sweet spot, triple confirmation, green bar to blue. More sweet spots here, green bar to blue. However, anything after this, I'm not going to touch it. Why not? This trend's going on for 3 or 4 hours now. Come on, that's pushing it. They don't normally go on this long. A 5-minute chart, 5-minute, 15-minute AbleTrend guidance chart, just not going to keep on going straight up all day, the same way it doesn't go straight down. So if you're trading E-minis, after an hour or so, you want to maybe stretch it to an hour and a half. It's just hard to get. You missed a bit. That ship has sailed. You kind of missed it by then, even with the sweet spots. But you got a bunch of sweet spots here, and up and away it went all day long. So pretty cool stuff. And if you got in at the beginning, or even if that's very early in the morning, even if you got in over here, perfect time here, on 8:45 in the morning. Everybody's up at that. You could be on the West Coast, but then if you're on the West Coast and you're a serious trader, you're obviously up very early in the morning. Otherwise, you're giving up a lot of opportunities. So all home run here all day, and obviously here a no trade zone in the last hour or so, because you have red dots above and blue below. That's all it is. It's really kind of simple. Once you have somebody explain it to you, it's really not that difficult. The hard part is the mental part of trading. Believe me, I know. We all know that. That's the toughest part, is the mental part of trading. Nobody likes to lose, but unfortunately you have to accept that there will be losing trades. There's certainly risk in trading, and it's certainly not perfect either. So really good stuff. I think if you just keep it simple, and most importantly, if you've never had a one-on-one trading session, anybody new to AbleTrend, just I can definitely help you and go over some additional things. And when we're one-on-one, and you can we can ask questions, I'll gladly do a live trading session looking at some live charts especially anybody new to AbleTrend. I got a whole bunch of new clients, especially from NinjaTrader lately. I'm happy to help you. That's what I'm here for. And let's do it. I'll take advantage of that anytime. We can spend a few minutes and look at some charts together, and I could just point out a couple little extra little things just to be helpful. So you're welcome, Kelly, Alan, Isaiah. Thanks everybody for being here. Michael, thanks everyone for being here, and I hope it was helpful. Just whatever I can do for you, just let me know. I'll be here to help. So stick with it. Hang in there. Looks like some volatility is finally starting to pick up this week. That's a good thing for intraday trading. Well, really all around trading, but especially the intraday trading. The volatility is picking up very nicely. So it's going real well, and stay in touch. Let me know how I can help. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a good night.